evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GCW Radio. I'm part of the tag team bringing it to you tonight, Maddog, Dan, Sawyer, and I'm over here in the Maddog's House of Pain. Going to be joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the Magic City Motor Mouth himself. We're talking about the one, the only, Fast Eddie Layne.
Thank you, dog. Devon, a pleasure. Glad to have you. Glad to be able to talk to you. Hope you've had a good week.
Just getting ready, man. I've still got this banged up thumb, and, you know, everyone's seen the little video of Veronica Fairchild and Howard C. Cross trying to pull one on me, trying to get me just to sign and say I would not be there and just give up my spot. And that's what's funny. You go back and watch this. This guy says, just sign this paper and the titles are ours. I thought they already had the titles.
Exactly. I mean, what Hogan's been talking about it. OMalley's been talking about it. Cross has been talking about it. Veronica's been talking about it. It's like, oh, wait a second. Hold on. Because I remember saying point blank vividly, I haven't seen anything about new tag team champions being appointed, but yet they're going around saying they're the tag champs. That's what still.
And they have some belts, but they won't let anyone take a look at them. That's what's funny.
Yeah, I kind of like have my Elmer Fudd moment. Hey, there's something awfully screwy going on around here. But, by the way, for the record, the pen did not make it all the way down to Gulf Shores. It finally landed in Foley. So, dude, you got some distance on that shot.
Oh, man. Yeah. And there's still papers. I'm still finding papers out in the House of Pain. Yeah, that bum was trying to take a nap there. And I told him, it's like, you know, you got to get out. Going to charge you rent. He says he was going to, if I charged him rent, I'd have to turn his pillow or fluff his pillow and change his sheets and put a mint on it or something. I don't know. It's just typical legal jargon.
It's the House of Pain, not the House of Hilton.
That's right. Yep.
First off, I want to say, go ahead.
He probably represented the Hilton family and some stuff in the past, knowing him.
I wonder if that was him and her sex. No. See, what happened was.
Flight of the Valkyries in the background.
There you go. GCW Radio live on this Tuesday night, the 22nd day of March. Big event coming up this Saturday. But first, thank you to everybody listening in through BeyondRingside.com, through ProWrestlingRadio.net, the Beyond Ringside Radio app, TuneIn, Ustream, Shoutcast, all the different methodologies that you can pick up Beyond Ringside Sports Radio, and of course GCW Radio, one of the flagship programs for Beyond Ringside family of shows. This Saturday night, it's going to be chaos. If you thought last month was nuts, welcome. We have our own definition of March Madness when it comes to Global Championship Wrestling, right?
It's nuttier than the Planner's Factory.
Nicely played. I thought you were going to say crazier than the Willy Wonka factory, of course.
No, we got more nuts than that. I tell you, man, it's an exciting tournament. You know, it's going over 2 shows. You know, I never thought for a second that I would be wrestling again, much less having the opportunity to be in the finals for this Junkyard Dog Tag Team Tournament. I've got a good partner. You know, we make up the hard justice, Leon the Bull Stresser. And, you know, Leon has worked hard to be a part of this business. And he's brought some law and order in the past to some things that have broken out between Spiral and Mike Cruz. Everybody remembers that.
Oh, yeah.
And I always make a joke that, like, the record scratched. The music stopped. You know, it's just... And you tell people that story, like, I was in Union City, Tennessee, and I told that story, and I told the story in Georgia at Wrestle America, and I also told it in Gulf, and I was like, you're never going to believe. And, you know, and the story had gotten around about the Bull, and they're like, this is the guy. I was like, yeah, this is the guy. They're like, in our mind, we just didn't visualize him being this big, you know? I was like, oh, okay, you guys thought he was going to like Barney Fife or Roscoe P. Coltrane, you know, average-sized guy? No. Now he's 6'4" and 265. You know, looks like an NFL professional football player.
The appropriate term would be hoss.
That's right, like Hoss Cartwright.
There you go.
You know, but I guess if you ever tag with Jack Gunn, it could be Hoss and the Cowboy Jack Gunn, you know. But, yeah, I mean, everything's come down. I mean, it's interesting. You got 3 teams, which is just strange. Trending now, Ace Haven, Charles Anders, and, of course, the Brotherhood, and then Mad Justice. Now, Bullet hasn't said one way or another, well, Bob Armstrong, commissioner for Global Championship Wrestling, and he hasn't said how this is going to play out. I mean, are we doing a coin toss? Is it going to be a triple threat? What's going to happen? I mean, something's got to happen. I guess we'll wait till Saturday. I mean, have you gotten anything? You're the liaison to the office.
I've gotten so many different conflicting memos over the last week. It's crazy. I brought it up on Shooter's Gallery this past Thursday night that the rumor going around that Armstrong has Bullet has left everything pretty much up to everybody's imagination about which way he's going to let this go. Because I've heard coin toss, I've heard triple threat, I've heard there may be 2 more teams on a play-in match and then turn it into a 4-way elimination, or have 2 more matches that night in Pell City. And if we make it,
I can't get a response because they say it's a conflict of interest for me to know. But you know, I'm ready. Bull's ready. Whoever we wrestle, if it's trending now first, then hopefully making it to wrestle the Brotherhood. But you know, it's going to be a great night. I mean, you know, the JYD Tag Team Tournament Finals that's huge. That's big. But what a night of matches that we have prior to the finals of the Junkyard Dog Tag Team Tournament. I was able to talk with you a few minutes about that, but, you know, the ladies division still cooking strong. Priscilla Kelly, easy on the eyes. I know a lot of guys are super excited about Priscilla making a return to GCW. And, you know, we got a new ladies champion. That's Veronica Fairchild. And she put the belt on the line, which is a surprise to me, you know. I figured she'd say she's got her 30-day clause that she doesn't have to put it up, but she actually wrestled Priscilla and Dalton a couple weeks ago at the GCW Georgia show. So here we are, 2 good-looking ladies going at it. You know, I'm not going to say I'm picking either one, but it sure would be a nice upset to see Veronica lose her belt after 1 month, because it is so crazy. She's only been back about 5 or 6 matches, counting her out-of-state bookings.
Right.
And then the indie top women wrestlers in the world, counting NXT, TNA, and WWE, she's number 5. Number
Amazing.
1 being Amber O'Neal right now, because she's the current NWA Ladies Champion.
Right.
Santana Garrett, the Japanese lady superstar. I can't think of her name, and I apologize for that.
But Asuka?
I can't remember, man. And that's the one that she's working a lot on the pay-per-views and stuff. Of course, everything's not pay-per-view. It's on the network. But, I mean...
Yeah, that'd be Asuka.
Yeah, I think it's Asuka. But you got this, I don't know, out of top 20, she was number 9. She won the GCW Ladies Championship. She's number 5. And that's national ranking. That's not just Southeast. That's world ranking, the Indie Power Rankings. I don't know who does it. And, you know, someone shared it with me, and I was just like, wow.
Matter of fact, if I may, the 3rd member of the triad for this show would probably be able to give you a perfect idea about who runs IPR. And I'm referring to the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis. Come on in, Wick.
How's everyone doing this lovely evening, midday afternoon, dog day afternoon, whatever?
Steady as she goes, my brother. Now, I was bringing you in on that point because I know that you've had, I believe it was to be determined, had Travis Kirkland from IPR on before, right?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. We had him on
Year and a half.
what? About a year and a half ago, yes, sir. And they always seem to have pretty good work. Yeah, I did see that Veronica was number 5, which I mean, I can't believe that you have 2 matches, 3 matches. I mean, let's be honest. The Priscilla Kelly, so number 5. I mean, she peaks high, but can't you live up to the expectation? I mean, you go in at 5. You've been out of the scene for 14 years. I mean,
I was telling Eddie, she's had 6 matches back. She came back from
on the show.
Yeah.
Because I know Eddie got mad at us last time we were all on. So, just want to make sure: am I supposed to be the heel or the baby face, or are we able to just run?
We don't do heel face. It's protagonist, antagonist. Thank you very much.
We're just going to talk. Can't. Have you looked at yourself?
Okay, if you're heel on here, Wick, that means you're a heel Saturday night. So you're babyface Saturday night, you're a babyface on here.
Gotcha.
Heel is in the heart. That's what I'm saying.
Amen. Hashtag never waste a heel turn. Oops.
Or trust a fart. But that's just a whole nother thing.
There you go.
But, yeah, the ladies' match, solid. I'm glad you came in, because I was going to wait and talk about this later. But we'll jump into it now, I think. I think it'd be a good time. AJ is asking for his title match against Spiral. And I know you're managing both these guys, but according to AJ, Pandora is coming to the ring with him. Now, I know that you were going to be split in either direction there, but what the hell's going on? Any idea?
I would have to plead the 5th because, we don't want to make the almighty commissioner, Bob Armstrong, happy. We don't want the man to have a heart attack. So
he's probably not listening at this hour. He's probably asleep. But I'm just saying, he might listen to the replay.
He probably will. We do have the liaison on the show. So
I was confused about it. I know that Pandora's got some kind of injured arm from O'Hagan putting his arm bar on her. I mean, I knew she wasn't cleared to actually wrestle, but yeah, I got a memo saying that she would be coming to the ring with AJ. So I was like, well, that's kind of funny, because Wicked has been actually managing AJ and Clyde and
Spiral,
and I don't know. I mean, craziness. I'm not stirring the pot. I mean, because AJ was he's been GCW champion before, and him and Mudbone fought in that 4-way, and it came down to Clyde and Spiral, but I know Clyde already had his dance card punched with Frankie, because he's wanted to get his hands on the King of the Southeast for quite some time. Because, I got to say, and I've brought this up to Spiral, what if Frankie had not punched Clyde with the nut or whatever he hit him with that night? Because Clyde, the Grand Design Clyde Braddock, hung in there to the last 3 seconds of that match. Those guys beat the crap out of each other. And you can go back and watch the film on GCWPro.com, go to the YouTube page and check it out, because those guys, they left it all in the middle of that ring. And that was a fantastic match.
So, it boils down to this. Is there any dissension in our ranks? Not at all. AJ and Spiral, for whatever reason, these guys match up. As you guys know, they have wrestled before. They will put on an amazing match. I think that everyone in the back should take heed of the monitor and sit around and watch in the
learn something.
Rooms. What they need to do is sit back and pay attention, because this is going to be a clinic. This is what happens whenever you have speed and someone who has the agility of a mongoose against a toaster, obviously. The toast popped up, and it's like lighting a cigarette butt with a toaster. You never go wrong. Whenever you decide that you're going to put two athletes in the ring, because that's what these guys are, they're athletes, you're going to have a great match. And not only are you going to have a great match, the fans are going to be entertained, and there's no love lost. There's no bad blood. These guys are going to go out. They're going to beat the crap out of each other. And at the end of the night, we're all going to go hang out. Well, let's be honest. To be honest with you, Pandora does not hang out with us. She stays in the kennel with America, and one smells like dog and the other is a dog. So I'll let you figure out which one. But Pandora, as long as she doesn't put my mask, her mask in my business, then we're good. An amazing women's wrestler. AJ is a worker's worker. That'll set in for half of you. The other half have no idea what I'm talking about, and you're not supposed to. Pandora just needs to hang out. She's injured. O'Hagan did that, not us. So if she'll hang out, she can watch a match, and we can all sit back and be entertained. I don't think that she is stupid enough to interfere. We have a long history. So if you have two caliber athletes, you have one of the best wrestlers going today, and some might call me the best manager going today, which I am not. I'm like 17th behind Caesar Black and Brian Zane, and that's about it. This is going to be an amazing match. There is no bad blood. These are two athletes putting on an event, and I think it's a testament to the GCW locker room that you have to have two fan favorites main event, because nobody else puts asses in the seats besides Francisco. I said it. And it goes fine.
I'm sure, however, it comes down in the main event. I know that the tag team, however it turns out to be, 3-way, 4-way, 5-way, whatever it ends up being, I'm sure that's going to be the main, because the junk out that deal. But I'm sure that semi-main will be AJ Steele, and Spiral. For the GCW Heavyweight Championship. I mean, what a match that's going to be. I mean, you got your dance card punch, as we said earlier, because you got Braddock and Francisco. That's going to be good. I'm telling you.
Man, that is going to be a match. Gather around, folks.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you.
Those three matches alone could be main events anywhere in the world.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. That's right. And if you call right now, this introductory offer, no, it's not an introductory offer. It's Pell City, the last Saturday of the month, every month. Except for September, we switched that up, but that's not our call. We can't do anything about that. That's the square dance. But right now, Saturday, March 26th, put your focus factor on and pay attention, because wrestling's best of the past, present, and future is going on. I got the ladies' match. I got these three great matches. The King of Swing Time, Johnny Swinger, making a return to Global Championship Wrestling. And he's taking on Tommy Gage. Now, this is what's interesting now. Johnny Swinger, former WWE, ECW, TNA, WCW guy, always been a bad guy, a heel, if you will. He's a face, and I've seen this. He's a good guy on many occasions of late, and the people like him. Not used to seeing that, Not used to seeing that at all. So we'll see how. Peanut's going to boo him regardless.
Yep.
Because he's yellow and got long hair. But yeah, I mean that's a solid match. We got two guys also going at it. The Night Prowler, Kryptonite Killer Michael Steele. What a collision that's going to be. Two power guys going at each other. Michael Steele kind of made mincemeat of Joey Lightning, former of the tag team Full Throttle. Now got Trinity shoes on from WWE. I don't know where that came about. You guys saw this. I mean, you pay attention to a man's boots, like OMalley's Grandpappy's Davy Crockett boots.
Say it, Wick.
What are those?
But I didn't imagine this. I didn't dream this. Joey Lightning had on shoes that were like Trinity from WWE, right?
Right. They were LEDs.
For sure. I thought for sure. I come home, talk to my kids, because, I'm not cool, I'm not hip. One of them sitting right here beating the crap out of me in NBA 2K5. My Rockets, man, what the hell is Dwight Howard doing? Running around like a retard.
He should retire.
You shut up. How dare you, sir? Let my joke happen. So, I'm hanging out with my kids, Tate and Xavier and I are talking, and we start talking about the shoes. They instantly know, what are those shoes that Joey Lightning had that light up? What are they called? You're off the team. You're fired. Tate! Tate, this is live on air, so we can get away with this. Anyways, they know what type of shoes these are. I'm thinking these shoes are $400. I'm like, man, Joey Lightning got his tax return for sure. He is making sure that he does not kick out of a single one of, which, I mean, I don't blame him. The Kryptonite Killer could kill you. Wants to put shoes up on the ropes. And I was like, man, I do not blame you. We look, see these things on the internet.
98 KB.
98 KB. $68 online. Joey Lightning, you fraud. I sat up there on commentary.
68?
Looking like Foggy Nelson, like an idiot, making Eddie like Daredevil, and that is damn hard, let me tell you. I'm over here like Foggy Nelson. We all know Eddie's Foggy. I'm Daredevil. I'm over here putting over $68. $68. You trash. I'm over here putting over your shoes. I understand, you ain't been in the gym in a while, but you over here, you put your foot on the ropes because you're trying to show off your damn tax return. Nope. Nope. NBA 2K.
This is what's interesting. I had to go over and talk to him about them after the show was over. I was like, did I see some blinky shoes? And he started showing me what all they might do. And there's like a strobe light one. I said, don't be putting that on because somebody will be having a seizure.
Right.
But I was serious. I was like, you can't put that one on. But they plug in, dude. They have a charger in them. They plug in just like a USB port. Yeah. You guys think I'm like, you're going to make Joey Lightning, you're going to go over to the bad guy dressing room Saturday night and go, let me see them shoes. Dog said they plug in like a USB port.
That's funny. But you said they're only $68. Hell, even I can afford those.
I used to have a Showbiz Pizza headband that plugged in, too.
Yeah.
I don't wear it to do it.
And Wick, of course, is now waiting on his New Day unicorn horn.
I'm waiting on my JYD Memorial Tag Team Tournament shirt. Since I'm not in it this year, I want my shirt. I've been in it enough. You
want a tenure shirt? It's like school teachers. I've got tenure in this tournament.
Yes.
I need a T-shirt.
I would. Whoever wins this tournament, this is going to be a hard fought tournament. And as some people would put it, no offense, Dan, and definitely offense to Leon Stresser, the number one seed, pretty much Francisco and Simon, gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes, I guess, as much as I hate to say it, that makes some people would say Josh and OMalley, what are those? The number one seed now, but Leon having his 15th tag team partner in 3 different JYD Memorial Tag Team tournaments, man, he's kind of the veteran, isn't he?
Yeah, he switched partners more than Pat Patterson. But I thought you'd like that.
That's funny.
My kids don't get that.
Well, I have to give credit. I did not write that material. Sherry Martel, when she was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame several years ago, she made that statement.
That is amazing.
And she said Pat was just jealous that she could keep a partner longer than him. And so I've always thought about that. And of course, she was one of the greatest women that I've ever worked with in this business.
Amen.
And I knew her on a personal level, but she was fantastic and tougher than some of the guys I worked in the ring. But this tournament has been going on since 1999, and it's just a couple of years. But there's not a lot of places that do tag team tournaments anymore.
No.
I know Peach State did theirs this year and whatever, but 17 years this thing's been going on, and we commemorate the life and memory of one of the greatest wrestler entertainers in the wrestling world, not just in WWE, UWF, Mid-South. He's just
Georgia.
A lot of Georgia. You go down and he used to say, "Who dat think they're going to beat this dog?" Of course, he spent a lot of time in New Orleans in his life, so the Saints were using that back in the '80s. So he decided to kind of coin it and make it his own. But people say, "Well, why did you?" I get messages all the time. People say, "Why did you choose Georgia?" Well, he was my trainer, And I was like, and they're like, "Well, he wasn't a tag team wrestler." No, he wasn't a tag team wrestler. But he was my trainer, and I want to give, just like the Crockett Memorial Cup for all those years, just wanted to do something. We got the trophy, and then a few years later, we added in, I think it was 6 years ago, we added in that the tag team belts were on the line. So World Tag Team Championship is on the line this Saturday. I don't know what kind of belts the boys say they have, the Brotherhood. They say they got around their waist and all that kind of stuff. But, Bullet ensures that that package, I guess, is going to come to you, buddy. Considering it's a conflict of interest for me to show up, I might not come to the show. That'd be like a Ahmad Johnson back in the day. Just not show up. Just gonna hang out at a hotel and eat room service on the office's dime. Does that work?
Okay.
Anyone? Bueller?
Bueller. I figured Wick would slide in a quick with one shot on that one too.
Dude, I'm trying to get my ass kicked in this basketball game, and I'm trying to figure out whether to be funny or be serious. It is GCW radio after all, so
you can be both. We have been already.
Yeah, I mean we're silly. Just be yourself.
Oh no, because Eddie always chastises me on. He always has some offhanded comment, and I'll be in trouble, and I don't feel like getting in trouble by my two bosses,
Eddie keeps kayfabing the line. Got a Kansas City, Missouri call that keeps coming through. We know who that might be.
Oh no! If I see that KC number, it's coming through. I will fire up that line faster than I can fire up the grill for steaks on Saturday night. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think the Reverend has a track phone, to be honest, and he just, I don't know, he's been watching too much CSI, he's dropping them track phones around. If he's been known to call from Orlando before.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Yep, on the old Cause and Effect show. That belongs to the network, kind of like Benoit and Hogan. It just don't exist. Too soon?
Nah, never.
Nah. The only guys that's ever been shut down. Get put out of business.
By the way, I'm gonna tread in dangerous waters here, and for me, Captain PC, every once in a while, that's hard to do. But I finally figured out who released the tape, who gave it to Gawker. Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ric Flair. Truth be told, he knew that the writing was on the wall that once the NWO was inducted into the Hall of Fame, he would no longer be the only two-time Hall of Famer in the WWE at that point. So if he could find a way to besmirch the name of Hulk Hogan, or Hoax Hogan, there you go, that would eliminate him from being considered for a two-time Hall of Fame position. And at the same time, knock out Hall and Nash too. So Flair did it. You can't pay me to think otherwise. Yes, it's a conspiracy theory. Flair got a hold of the tape because, oldest ride, longest line. He had a chance to talk to everybody, and he got the tape, or the jump drive, and he gave it to Gawker, knowing he could sabotage Hogan's career.
They know that he would be the highest paid porn star ever.
Making more than Sonny and China combined.
No, I'm saying anybody. Just, wow. I mean, it's a bad performance, too.
Never seen it.
The burping is what pops me. Should have had that burger. Brother. You think I'm lying? You think I'm ribbing? No, that sucker said all that. That was a joke.
I figured
I don't want to see this.
I figured the worst acting that I'd ever seen was either Hogan as the nanny or on Thunder in Paradise.
Suburban Commando was pretty good.
That's what I mean. I figured his worst roles were either the nanny or Thunder in Paradise. Anything else like Rocky III, Suburban Commando, those would be actually passable.
Dude, I don't know. Spiral is making a best DVD, and I did his top 5 matches in the intro. That was pretty bad acting. So that made right up there with it. I'm sorry, Spiral. Let me apologize for that. It was like Suburban Nanny type. You're not loyal. You ain't special type.
Suburban Commando was good because Sherman Helmsley was actually in it.
Yeah, true.
I'm just joking. I never saw that movie. I knew Sherman Helmsley was in it, but good old Sherman.
I'll be honest, I've never seen it either. I usually said Sherman Hensley, and the first thing popped in my head is, well, it can't be that horrible. Yeah, it could. It's Hogan. But I've got to do this.
Good for him making money. Good for him making money. That's the only way he's going to do it. So, too little, too late. People say, oh, he's going to buy TNA. Who cares? Is it bad when your DVR pops up and you get the option of recording Total Divas or TNA Impact Wrestling on Pop? And I chose Total Divas.
Still never watched it.
Well, it'll be better than TNA. I don't care who the champion is.
They've had some good matches, and that's the thing about it, though. But the thing about it is, and this is where, here comes your segue of the century, the consistency has not really been that strong. They've had good moments, they've had good matches, but overall, and of course with both Bobby Roode and Eric Young leaving, go from there, and you know that James Storm's not going to be far behind. Those are 3 franchise players for TNA Wrestling that they're going to have to find a way to replace, to which I will come...
I want to say something really quick. TNA, I know a few of the guys listen. This Saturday, Pell City, Alabama, you can find AJ Steele and Spiral, men that still have a job. Maybe you can come and try out for GCW.
And actually, Showtime Eric Young has worked with us before a number of times.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 times. Yeah. I mean,
no, I was talking about everybody else is about to get fired. I'm talking about those two. Those 2 are gone. TNA's dead after those right there are the last 2. No offense, Eastern the third's pretty good, but that's it. None. I'm not talking about those 2. I'm talking about everybody else that's about to lose their jobs. Come on down. If you can hang in the ring with Clyde Braddock in his training sessions, then maybe yeah.
We'll see. Therein lies the funny part, because you mentioned coming down to GCW Saturday night, and therein lies the funny part to what I was originally going to say for the transition. If you want a show, a live event that is consistently providing you with top-tier talent to be found in the Southeast, bell to bell, start to finish, this Saturday night in Pell City is where you're going to want to be. And I've got to do this to both of y'all. We have had, last week, the interaction between Leon Stresser and O'Hagan was priceless. If that episode doesn't get a Webby Award out of that interaction alone, something's wrong with the internet. But
Those guys were going at each other. I thought we was going to have to get the ghost of Johnny Cochran out to arbitrate there. I'm serious. They were going wild. I mean, like if I would have had the Mimi of I just got some popcorn. We're going to survive. It's the first time Eddie and me have not been able to get a word in edgewise. And that's saying something right there.
Exactly. But the thing about it is there's a factor that is being overlooked, kind of, sort of. We've all acknowledged that they're there. We've all acknowledged that they've made it through to this round. But nobody has really, it's almost like Stresser, O'Hagan, and to a little bit of a degree yourself, have overlooked #trending now. Charles Anders and the Last Hero Ace Haven, managed by Amy Haven. This is a combination that is still, okay, I've made a reference to the fact that, Dog, you and Stresser looked like a solid tag team in that first round. The two of you have not been teaming that much. Therein lies the kick. Because Haven and Zanders have been teaming less than a year. And they look like a team that has been together much longer than what they have been teaming.
Yeah, but let me tell you, I mean, I don't want to cut you off right there, but those guys that been tagged together at Pro South, they tagged together at Peach State. Friggin' Charles Sanders tag teams with Trevor Eon.
Right.
And I'm not breaking no fourth wall down or whatever. This is the truth. It's online. You can know this.
Right.
So which personality is Charles Sanders going to have? Is he going to have this following
Age of Eon?
Cobra Kai, not Cobra Kai, but Cobra Commander face-covered Trevor Eon in a dress? Or is he going to wear the 80s, 90s tights and tag team and be the blonde pretty boy? Because, I don't care what he wears, and I don't care who his partner is. And all respect for Ace and his 7 or 8 years being in the business. He's never, ever had anybody the size of Leon and myself be a tag team against him. Now, he may have had some blobs or something that he wrestles, but he ain't ever wrestled us. And, I got a broke thumb. He's got a recovered shoulder. But you better be quick if you're going to get in the ring with me. But eventually, you're going to get tired. And like my dad used to say before he whooped my butt, you can run all day long, but eventually you're going to come to, you're going to slow down, and you're going to want to come get some water or something to eat, and you're going to sleep sometime. Well, here's the thing. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It may be redundant, it may be a broken record. You break a man's leg, he can't jump on that top rope.
Right.
And you're not going to throw me out of the ring and come diving on me, because guess what? I'll just get out of the way. I know what it's like to get piled on. I was on a table last May, and Spiral came off the top of that cage. That stuff is never happening again from Spiral or anybody else. I will stop, drop, and roll like my butt's on fire in fire safety 5th grade. I'm getting out of there. And, I'm here to fight. And, I may not be as pretty as the cute little boys and they'll make the little girls squeal, but these boys ain't never had to fight. I mean, my partner has to fight every day in the jail. I mean, he's a deputy for real. I mean, he legitimately, sure, we're not going to bring the baton and the mace and the taser and all that stuff unless we need it. But, I know they would love to have tag team gold around their waist. I know that they would love to say that they were the JYD tag team tournament winners of 2016. I'm not going to be satisfied until they say Mad Justice, the team of Maddog and Leon the Bull Stresser, are the winners. And that you can tell that to Howard Cross. You can tell that to Veronica Fairchild with her selfie stick. I'll check her all with that thing if it gets in my hand. I will make pictures that she does not want to see. I will give her camera to Wayne and Peanut and anybody else that I want to. Our girl's even going to be there this time. Her and Mama. They're coming in from way down in South Alabama. Everybody, let it be known, let it be declared. The JYD is this Saturday night in Pell City, Alabama, March 26th. Tickets are $10. $10. It's a TV taping. Come see who the best tag team is this Saturday night for the JYD 2016 GCW tournament coming to an end. It all comes down. We're not stretching this to April. We will have new tag team champions. Am I wrong? New tag team champions will be crowned this Saturday night.
Exactly. By the way, before we go any further, I want to remind everybody, while they last, and please listen closely on this, while they last and for as long as they are available, you can reserve ringside seating for this Saturday night in Pell City, Alabama by...
Don't do the email, don't do the Facebook, because people get all butthurt when they say, well, I was supposed to have this row. Call the number, 205-567-6482. Second and third row seats are still available. You need to jump on it before Friday if you want to sit second or third. There's not a bad seat in the place.
Right.
And we were jam-packed full with 300 plus last month, and there's great seats everywhere. But if you feel like you need to sit on second or third row, you need to make that call this week.
Now, that doesn't say send text. That says call, leave voicemail, or talk directly to somebody in office. 205.
Yeah, and you got to leave a contact number. And if you try to pull a rib and try to be funny, you've never known a bigger river than me. And I'll give out your phone number to truck drivers at the Love's gas station going to Georgia. And, they'll give out your number out on the CB. So if you think you're funny, I can trump anything. I know that sounds funny using that word since he's running for president.
It's huge.
I will trump anything that you can do. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and play this card. I pulled a fast one on Sawyer one time, and he gave my number out back in the day at the truck stop on Arkadelphia Road, and my phone didn't quit ringing for 2 weeks.
Does Bertha still call?
Yep. She said hi. She said she misses Josh.
Yeah. Last time I talked to her, she was delivering boner pills.
Yep.
Not Viagra either. We're talking straight up trucker fun.
Damn. Let's take one more look at this real quick. We're 9 minutes before the top of the hour. For everybody listening live, you are listening to Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio on this 22nd day of March. Fast Eddie Layne, Maddog Dan Sawyer, and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis. Beyond Ringside, back for those listening live, Back to Basics will be taking over just after the top of the hour. Slated to be joined by professional wrestling star, the modern-day Viking Gunner, making his return to Beyond Ringside. First time on Back to Basics. And looking forward to having him back on board. A lot of longtime fans are going to remember him as the Universal Soldier, Phil Shatter. Always great to have him on. Let's take one more look at this. This coming Saturday night, the man is the epitome of the term well-traveled veteran, and I'm referring to the King of Swing, Johnny Swinger, and he's taking on the rock star, Tommy Gage. Wick, your thoughts?
Tommy, let me give a little piece of advice to someone who's managed against and manage Johnny Swinger. You hit that man hard, you're going to wish you hadn't. I'm sorry, that joke was, I had to say that, I'm sorry. Johnny Swinger is one of the most underrated professional wrestlers of all time.
Amen.
The man of knowledge. He won't share it with you if he doesn't care about you, but Tommy Gage is going to learn something from this match. I promise you that.
Yep.
Tommy Gage coming off a loss against AJ Steele where he put on a hell of a fight, man. That AJ Steele and Tommy Gage match, I cannot say enough good about it. Make sure you check that out when it comes up on YouTube. Tommy Gage and Johnny Swinger, this is going to be a pretty good match, but it has all of the potential to be a great match. It just depends, as Eddie says, what Tommy Gage do we get? Do we get the one before he lost AJ? Or the one that comes in saddled with his originality? Nick?
Maddog, your thoughts?
It's the battle of the hair. They're the only guys that got long hair on the whole roster.
I was trying to stay away from the hairband jokes, but I'm so glad you said that.
It's going to be Winger going against Warrant.
Wow.
Which is which?
You figure it out. I could have went Striper, but Rubio looks like the black-headed singer for Striper. You check that out, President Kenneth Rubio. He looks just like the dark-headed guy from Striper.
Oh, my God, he does. You're right. I haven't thought about Striper in years, but wow, that's a good memory.
To hell with the devil. Big hit, honestly. Yeah.
This Saturday night, the Kryptonite Killer, Michael Steele, taking on the ever-so-dangerous Night Prowler. Wick?
What has Prowler done something wrong?
He's on like a 8-match winning streak.
He sure did. And he is going to... Michael still has a lot to prove. Michael still... Dude, Dan, how long do you and Prowler go back?
How long have we known each other?
Yes, sir.
Goodness gracious, before I was in the business. I guess 87, 88 is when I met him. But then after I trained in 90, he started training in 91 or 92. And, so quite some time.
We have seen Prowler take a beating. All of us have. Everybody on this line has seen Prowler take a beating.
Yep.
We have seen him deliver beatings numerous times. He went undefeated for the better part of 2015, or definitely after the summer. But somebody needs to call Prowler and tell him to bring extra paint and some kryptonite, because the Kryptonite Killer is on a warpath. He has something to prove since coming back to GCW, and Prowler is maybe one of those wrong place, wrong time situations.
Maddog?
We spoke of Striper before. Black and yellow is Michael Steele's colors. So, what a power combination! This is going to be a strongman match, I guess you can say. I don't want to say, I've not seen Michael Steele enough, but the last few times that I've watched him in the ring, he is he's done well. And Prowler, former multiple-time GCW heavyweight champion, multiple-time tag team champion. I don't know. There's just like a new fire in him. So I can't make it. I'm just going to sit back and watch. I'm just going to say, watch the monitor, watch through the curtain. I'm excited about the match. I think it's going to be great.
The match finally happens. The King of the Southeast, Francisco Chiazzo, taking on the Grand Design Clyde Braddock. Wick?
Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you ever want to see a professional wrestling match, this is it. When you talk about bad blood, this is quintessential bad blood. Francisco Chiazzo stuck his nose in our business time and time again. We showed him exactly where we stand. We showed him that we are not below or above interfering in his matches as well. There has to be a culmination. This may be it, this may be not. But I'm telling you right now, when it comes time for this Saturday, Francisco Chiazzo, we respect you. You have taught a lot to Clyde Braddock. You have helped Clyde Braddock become a worker. Francisco Chiazzo, I know you listen to this show. You have not had a match like you're going to have this Saturday. I know we've seen them previous times. For anybody listening, you want a professional wrestling match, you say that wrestling's dead, you talk about, well, there's not any good matches. Don't make any excuses. You have no excuse. Saturday night, this is your match. No offense to anybody else on the card. I have multiple hands involved. I have every avenue of GCW involved in this some way or another. this Saturday, Francisco Chiazzo, Clyde Braddock. It's like Highlander. There can be only one.
Maddog Dan Sawyer.
I say Clyde's got the advantage here. Still on the outside, brass knucks always within hand's reach. I think Clyde, if he can keep outside interference to a minimum, and with his eyes open, I say we'll have a victory for Clyde Braddock, because Francisco is still butthurt about him and Simon Says losing last month. So it's a good time to put a little mind games. Operation Mind Crime. No, brings right for you.
There you go, Jeff Tate and Company. GCW Women's 6 octaves too, Jeff Tate. Damn, still. Man had pipes for years. GCW Women's Championship will be defended. The new champion, Veronica Fairchild, defending against Priscilla Kelly, Wicked Nemesis.
Veronica in the top 5 in women's independent wrestlers. I do not see her losing that title anytime soon, especially against Priscilla Kelly. Priscilla Kelly, she has come up a little bit short. Pandora's not going to be there to guest referee this match this time, so we will finally see who is the better women's wrestler, Priscilla Kelly or Veronica Fairchild. My money is on Veronica, your GCW Women's Champion.
Maddog Dan Sawyer.
I always feel like you put me on the spot, and it's that football. Leonard loses. Remember that show?
Yep.
I expected him to throw the gypsy thing in there, the American gypsy thing. I figured he was going to say she was going to look into her crystal ball and see that Veronica was going to beat her, but I was disappointed when he didn't say that, because when the first time he ever brought up that she was on the gypsy show, I thought he was just being Wick and saying he had hands and screw exit 152, but don't throw up on my floor, dog. Yeah, I had some snacks over at Wick's one time. He said, "Hey, it's a little spicy. Be careful, don't throw up." Oh man, I like sriracha. I can handle it. Yeah. Man, Veronica is on a roll, and she's going to win by hook or by crook, or Howard Seacross is able to be there or not. So, I don't know, Priscilla. You just got to bring the A game, girl. Gypsy, bring you your tears.
This Saturday night, the GCW Heavyweight Championship is on the line. The Bosnian Warchild, Spiral, defending against the real deal AJ Steele. Maddog Dan Sawyer, you're up.
Whew. I'm just now getting over the full way watching them guys. Man, I don't know. Spiral's going to have to use everything he's got to his advantage. I know that recently when I was on the road and I saw he's injured his ankle, so his former GCW heavyweight champion AJ Steele going to be able to pick that apart? Is he going to take him to the ground? I don't know. I know that he seems like he's a man on a mission to get that gold back around his waist. So it's one of those sit back and watch. Advantages for Spiral because he's got the belt and he's got to be beat. So that'll be my prediction for that.
Wick, I'm going to ask you to recuse yourself from making a prediction, but I'm going to ask you to offer up one key for each man to victory.
AJ Steele, wily veteran. He knows, as a veteran, there's certain things that he knows Spiral doesn't. Spiral, his agility. The man is so agile, able to bend, able to stretch. He has to use that agility. It's almost power against agility. It's almost strength against dexterity for your D&D nerds out there.
There you go. And the finals of the JYD Memorial Tag Team Tournament will take place. Mad Justice, Dan Sawyer and Leon Stresser, The Brotherhood, OMalley and O'Hagan, hashtag trending now, Haven and Xanders. Who will walk out not only with the prestigious JYD Memorial Trophy, but who will walk out as the new World Tag Team Champions? Wick, real quick.
Well, I'm actually kind of upset because every other year people have had to go through several tag teams, and now you guys get a chance. Dan, dude, I'm so envious. You guys have just 3 opponents to take out, not multiple over a different period of time. One night, you take out your targets at once. I'm very envious of you on that regard. Whoever wins this tournament, it's going to be deserved. But unfortunately, I have to go with Joshua O'Hagan and whatever that thing he is that he calls a tag team partner. What are those, OMalley?
Dan Sawyer, your thoughts?
Well, I hope Bootsy Collins wears his best boots, referring to OMalley. You know, I'm not overlooking the trending now boys, but I've never had a chance to wrestle either one of those guys, and they've never wrestled me. So they can study film, they can maybe do their homework, but it's not going to do them any good because bring a little something different to the ring this coming Saturday night. Won't be as flashy as Nakamura, but you know, we're just leave it at that. What kind of competitor would I be if I didn't tell you I was going to win? My fans believe in me, in the Bull. So let's just see what happens this Saturday night, March 26th. If I make a prediction, I say new World Tag Team Champion is going to be Mad Justice. So bring your cameras. And O'Hagan, we wanted to talk about red panty nights. I guess he's going to wear his red panties.
Probably will, knowing him.
Yeah. Probably got on green ones right now.
Knowing him, I figured it'd be kind of like plaid.
I don't know.
Just to aggravate everybody.
I don't really think about it. But, you know, bring Howard Cross, bring Veronica. You know, there could be a lot of gold being switched around this coming Saturday night. But we could have a new ladies champion, Priscilla Kelly. And we're definitely going to have new tag team champions because those belts have just been sitting there.
Yep.
Collecting dust in the bullet.
No more. I've been asked that
the
same...
Georgia Jawjacker, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Armstrong, if nasty. You know, we're going to get those belts one way or another. And we're going to prove who the best team is this Saturday night.
Folks, mark your calendars, make your plans this Saturday night, March 26th. Doors open at 7, bell time 7:30 p.m. Tickets are only $10 each. Let's run it real quick. Dan, how can everybody find you?
Go to Facebook. You can look up Dan Sawyer. In the parentheses, it says Maddog because they let me put that back on there. But, you know, make your plans to be there this weekend. I know it's Easter weekend, but, hey, celebrate Sunday. I celebrate Easter every day. But come on, this Saturday night, March 26th, history is going to be made. There will be new World Tag Team Champions. And come check it out. GCWPro.com. Hey, TV taping is coming. So bring your signs. It's going to be a good night this Saturday night in Pell City, Alabama at the Pell City Civic Center.
Wicked Nemesis, shameless plugs.
I'm sorry. Give me just 1 second. I will be right back.
We got to hurry.
The To Be Determined show Wednesday night. We're doing plugs. I'm sorry I missed out.
It's okay. Folks, at GCW Pro Wrestling on Twitter, GCW Pro Wrestling on Instagram, Facebook.com/GCWPro and Facebook.com/GCW Pro Wrestling. YouTube.com/GCW Pro Wrestling for the latest editions of the ITV broadcast. Folks, remember, cameras are going to be rolling this coming Saturday night. Bring your signs, bring your posters, bring your banners, bring your t-shirts, and bring your happy self ready to have a great time in Pell City, Alabama. Our friends in Western Georgia, come on over. Our friends in Southern Tennessee, come on down. Our friends in Northwest Florida, come on up. Our friends over in Eastern Mississippi, make the drive. It will be worth it. Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio, of course, a Monitor 4 production in association with Maddog Media and Quartlow Media Distribution, because sometimes you got to be a Quartlow to work here. And GCW Radio will return Tuesday, April 19, 8 p.m. Central Time. Once again, as always, keep your eyes open on GCWPro.com as well as our entire social media network. We'll have all the updates available, and the podcast of this show, the replay, will be available tomorrow, i.e. Wednesday, March 23rd. Folks, we're going to head for the Radio Ranch for the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis.
Tomorrow night, the To Be Determined show.
For the Maddog, Dan Sawyer.
We'll see you this Saturday when we find out who bites the dust.
I'm the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Layne saying thank you for joining us, and please join us next time as we go ringside and beyond with Global Championship Wrestling. Bye for now.